I'm standing at the north end of Will Rogers State Park. The actual bike trail runs out about 3 miles south of here, so if you're willing to go through some parking lots, and these parking lots have been pretty open, at least during the winter. This trail here is pedestrian only, but there's no trouble getting down here through the parking areas. There is a restroom, and you're backed right up to Highway 1 here, which is going right down the coast. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm pretty close to Hermosa Pier. Each town has its own pier that juts out into the ocean. Most of them don't allow bikes, so you may want to have a bike lock to lock it up. This flashing light today means you're supposed to walk your bike and your skateboard. When you get down here, the food gets a little better than some of the snack shacks. This place right here, Good Stuff. Evidently they sponsor bikers. I just saw their logo on the back of someone's shorts. Looks like there's a bike shop over here too. Although most of them are pretty much preoccupied with rentals. There's 2 or 3 Irish pubs down here. Looks like they're gearing up for St. Patrick's Day. Open air market. And not unusual to see school kids come down here as part of their PE class. Good example of all the different kinds of things you see rolling through here. And some other people not walking nearby. This section of Redondo Beach always kind of knocks me out because of this green surface here. It feels almost like it's rubberized. This is one of the sections that I mentioned that runs parallel to the beach trail and right into Redondo Beach. Get an idea for the signage and everything that's here. Notice that there are signals specifically for pedestrians and also for bicyclers. There's Captain Kidd's fish market. Fresh fish seems to be available everywhere here. Some of the plants beginning to bloom. This is the very beginning of the Redondo Pier, which is probably the most interesting one of all, with the most things to do. Plenty of restaurants. When there were bike path here, they'd actually, and parking, and right adjacent to the parking, more designated bike areas. I don't know how jiggly this is going to turn out. But then designated walking areas nearby. Sometimes people get those mixed up. Underneath here where I'm riding right now, there's another whole bunch of shops and another walkway, so it's actually 2 levels. And then over on the other side of the pier, there's more restaurants and a great little penny arcade with a lot of old-time machines and stuff like that for kids to play with. Up here we're going underneath the pier, and this is pretty typical. Ooh. See some of the markers. I don't know if I already went past the beginning or not. I think this is it right here. There's always a bunch of lifeguards. Well-equipped lifeguards. Yeah. Here's the end of the trail. If I came out here again and I had to pick a place to live, I think Redondo Beach would be it. Clearly the most bike-friendly place I've ever been. And back up on the way home on the Hermosa Pier. My water bottle's out, so I decided to stop here, see if I can find something healthy. I saw this sign keeping bikes out, so but I also saw a little free samples here, so I'm gonna help myself to one of those. I was hoping to find something to put in my water bottle. Pineapple mango looks pretty good. This is pretty typical. None of this is too hard to go through. To give you an idea what to expect though. Like I said, I've only seen 3 people hit the deck, and it's all been on sand. And it was all down in Venice. If you just hold on to your bars and coast through at a pretty good clip, you'll cut right through it. You'll slice right through it. I'll see if you can get a view of that. I normally wouldn't do this one-handed, but just to show you, you probably hear it. Hi.
Hi there.
The good examples of the little surf food stands that are sprinkled all the way down the beach. You don't have to leave the sand to grub out. Sometimes you'll see a sign that says the trail ends or the trail is closed for repairs, or sometimes they're just overblown with sand. But even though those are there, there's always an access route like this one right here where you can get through. There's always an alternate route, so you're never really blocked completely. I didn't want to get the camera out again, but this Westchester Parkway is just too nice. It's going to be something I remember. Take a look at this bike lane. Take a look at this buffer lane in between the bike lane and the 2-car lane. It runs the same on both sides, so biking, you still bike with the traffic. There's plenty of room for pedestrians. And it looks fairly new. But I think it's a good example of how California thinks, or how they plan for bicycles. You can tell it's built in. It's not an add-on. Everything is constructed with biking and driving in mind. Westchester Parkway, bike signal, signage with that buffer lane. I love it. A little more of death by selfie. It's kind of good because I can see the cars coming behind me also. I'm going to take my hat off and cool down. Thanks for watching my video. I had fun making it. I'm trying to get better. I'll try to do more. See ya. Ride safe, but ride.